Hey Juan, sorry about that internet connection thing this morning, but hey, it happens. So here's a simple and just a sample, I guess a simple sample of how some of our other builders, more in the line of custom builders, use this. So I'm in the estimating module, and this is a takeoff for, and the bid item here, I have two items: a standard house, and then I have my upgrade. So this is the house, the base house, and then these are customizable by you. So you can add more of these line items, but these are all the things I need to have in my budget to do the house. So I need 4 hours of design. I need 24 pages of blueprints, all these different permits, and these are the cost of the permits for this house. Um, Here's my lot cost. Here's my temporary utilities, financing. So you can see, uh, and this is probably way more information than you need, but this is the footing, and that's all the things it takes to do the footing. You're probably going to subcontract that out. And I just go through here. And again, I don't know how much you do yourselves, but most people's look something like this. It's more like paint subcontractor, my tile subcontractor, um, my HVAC subcontractor, my plumbing subcontractor. I mean, I got prices from those guys. Okay, I get my extended cost over here, and then I can put some overhead and profit on there to get my extended price. And then, well, let's just follow through across here, and then I know who the vendor is for each of these, and I know what cost code I want to charge that to. So the nice part is, once this is in there, and I know who I'm going to buy this from, I can actually come up here and create the subcontract and create the purchase orders automatically without having to rekey those. It's just going to go flow right through to printing the subcontracts. So that's that. It's pretty simple. Once you get it set up, and then you'll save this as a template. You'll export this as a takeoff file or as a template or a grid file. There's a couple different ways to do it. I probably do it as a grid file. And then the next time you have a house, all you do is say, hey, I need the grid file called Model 1-A Elevation C or something like that. When you do that, this will all come in, and you'll just start filling in the prices. You'll save it with the prices blank, obviously, and the vendors blank. But then you have a template to start every time you have a house. Maybe you have to take something off. Maybe there's no sewer bond on this. You'll take that off. Maybe there's something else. You'll add that to it. But you won't be redoing this each time. You'll be able to bring it in a template. So the next thing you're going to do is, let's just say we're going to do upgrades. And upgrades actually use formulas, which is kind of cool. Um, so over here, what I call my project values is where you fill in some of your variables. In this case, I'll go down here. Like right here, the insulation, they just wanted the standard insulation, so I put a 1 in here. If they wanted to upgrade the ceiling, I would put a 1 in there. These are the front doors that they selected. If they selected these, it would put those in the bid. Um, in this case on the paint, they just did standard colors, but if they wanted to upgrade to custom colors, then we would put a 1 here and it would start increasing the pricing. Which to me is pretty slick, because you just go through here and you fill all these variables out, and it brings the pricing right into here by looking at these formulas. And like right now we have the ceiling upgrade. See, there's nothing in there because they didn't do it. But if they had changed it to the 30, it would actually put the price in there for the upgrade. And so now I got that. I've got it all priced out. I can start doing my subcontracts. I can start doing my purchase orders. I now know my budget to build this house. And so I'm going to close this. So I haven't think you've seen this for a while, Juan. So let me just show you real quick. I work off the menu because I've been doing it for 12 plus years, and I'm just comfortable there. But you would actually set up these desktops with the icons for each of the reports that you like to run. So if you like to run one of these home builder reports, like let's just say this one here, committed cost, then you could actually put this one onto your desktop and have that there. We'll just do that. We'll put it on the project. I haven't done this for a while, so I'll show you another way to do that. So anyway, these are our home builder reports, and there's a lot more cost reports, but these are kind of specific to home builders. So I apologize, the print's a little small because they're samples, but committed budget versus cost. So you have your job, your cost code, your budget, your committed costs, so that's your purchase orders and subcontracts that you've written, what the difference is there, the job cost to date, the percent that's committed, and the commitment remaining, the variance. And the nice part is when you run a report, you can drill down on these costs to see the actual cost. So that's one. Well, I didn't want to do that. Hang on a second. The other one I think that's really, really helpful is this one here. Again, it's small print, but so you can pick 4 different houses that have been completed, closed. So what it'll allow you to do is now go into these 4 houses, or 3, usually you use 4, by cost code. So, let's say on here, this line item demolition right here, $21.50. On this house, it costs $3.18. On this house, $6.01. This house, $2.31. This one, $3.33. But on those 4 houses, I averaged $3.71. So it's a good way to, when you're going to put another house together, and you want some real rough budget numbers to give somebody, or you want to make sure your budget's kind of in line with what it's actually costing you, then you're going to be able to get that information from here. And you're just actually entering the square footage of the house in the job file, and it knows the square footage, it knows the costs that have been entered in the system, and it starts making these calculations for you. Most people used to do that in Excel. It got to be too much work, so they don't do it, but we have that automatically. The job settlement report, your budget plus upgrade budget, it'll tell you how much you made on your upgrades. So these are just standard in the system, nothing fancy here. These come with the system. So that's that. I want to get out of this company because I have better information to show you in another company. So hang on. Go to this one right here. I don't use my home builder company that often, so I don't have a lot of transactions in there, but in here I do. So hang on. So one of the things I think is really powerful in here is the ability to do change orders. So I'm just going to bring one up that's already filled out. And I know you know this, but I always like to say it anyway. Is this is where we make our money. We make money on change orders. And I'm talking about builders, not myself, but builders. It's where you guys make money. You make money by making sure that you if there is a change in the scope or change in a contract or change in things that have to be done, that a change order is required, and you get it in and you get it priced out, you get it approved, and then you can bill it. I hear a lot of stories when the guy says, oh, I bill everything, and I know they don't. I know they miss things. And so long story short, this is the job. Why are we doing this? Because they decided to change the lighting in the kitchen. Why are we doing it? Because the client asked us to. It's actually already been approved. It was a field request. I go to my subcontractor and I said, hey, Ed, I want to change the lighting fixture in the kitchen from 101 to 105 or whatever model number it could be. What will that cost? He tells me that the cost to me is $18.50. He already has a subcontract with us, so that's his subcontract number. And this will be change order number 2 for him. And these are the cost codes that I want to use. Then I come over here. That's the estimate I brought it forward. I go to the owner and tell the owner I need $2,400. They come back and say, hey, you know what? I think you guys can do it for $2,300. So you approve the $2,300. And at that point, I can go in here and I'm just going to print this out real quick here. So there's a change order with your logo, who it's to, place for signatures. And what I like is it does a nice summary of the contract where this was my original, this is my change orders that were approved previously, this is the new change order, so here's your new contract value for this project. And oh, by the way, we're going to need an extension of 10 days of time because it's a long lead time to order that item. So that's that. The other thing I think that's been added since you saw it a year or so ago is this paper clip up here. And so now I have this paper clip and I can attach a picture of that lighting fixture to it, so I have it there. If they sent me an email asking me to upgrade, I can actually drag that email from my Outlook directly in here. If it's a plan change, I can actually copy the plans in here. If you want, you can actually scan in the signed change order and attach it here. So anytime somebody opens up this change order and they see that this paper clip's open here is white instead of gray, they can open that up and see all of the documents that had anything to do with this change order, whether it be emails, Excel spreadsheets, a Word letter, PDF, pictures. It doesn't make any difference. Anything can be attached to it. And you know what? People ask me this. So how do I do this? I go add. What do I want to add? I want to go in here and so I'm just going to attach that document to it. So I close this. Now if I go back up to that paperclip, there's that document. Now if I don't know if I have Word on here. Let's see what happens. Oh, I do. Whoops, hang on a second. There it is. So there's the actual document. And it could have signatures on it, or it could be... So anyway, you get the idea. So you can attach things to this now, which we couldn't do before. I'll close this real quick. So that's how change orders work. Pretty powerful because the ability to track things. The last thing I want to talk about here, I'm running out of time, and if you have more questions, let me know. One of the things that's coming out, Juan, and I think it's going to be really helpful for you guys, along with Sage 100, Sage has another product that's coming out in about 2 months. It's already being used with the Timberline product, but the Sage 100 is being released in March, end of March, first week of April. It's called Sage Construction Anywhere. So it's a cloud. It's hosted by Sage on their servers. There's a small monthly fee. But all of your documents, all of your pictures, all of your RFIs, all of your change orders, all of that stuff can be stored out, kind of like a Dropbox feature where you can have all these files out there, but they can be secured, which Dropbox doesn't allow you to do. So if you want your owner to see pictures or your architect to see RFIs, all that stuff can be put up in the cloud, and so they have access to it 24/7, and they're notified when something's put up there, a new document's put up there. You'll also be able to enter, if you have employees working in the field, you'll be able to enter their time and have it come directly into the time cards in Sage 100. So it'll be entered in the field on a laptop or an iPad or anything with an internet device. And then eventually the plans for it is to be able to create change orders, RFIs, transmittals, submittals, those kind of things directly in the field. If you have a project manager in the field and he wants to see a cost report, those reports we looked at, and he has permission to see those, he'll be able to request those through the cloud. The cloud sends instructions back to your Sage 100. Sage 100 creates a report and sends it out to the cloud. There's nobody interacting. This is all done by the computer. And then he's notified when his report's there. So he's not calling somebody in the office. He doesn't have to have access to your software in the office. He can't screw anything up because he's just working in the cloud. And this is going to be a big deal. I mean, the clients that are starting to use it absolutely love it. And so I'll send you some information on that. But I can see that you would probably want to have that, especially for pictures and for working with architects and all that. And your subcontractors, all your subcontractors could have access as well. So anyway, hopefully that helps. I mean, that was the job cost reports we talked about. That was the estimating. Along with the video, I'm going to send you some information about the IBS Win, which is also known as Faro Systems, which is the software for tracking clients and prospects, option selection online. It's something that you should look at. I don't think you need it right away. I think you start out with the Sage 100. Once you get that all figured out and you have all your cost codes set up and all the items that you need set up, as far as parts, whatever, at that point, I think you start integrating that. But you definitely don't want to be doing both of those at the same time. Anyway, thanks for your call. Sorry we didn't work out a little bit better this morning, but I think this should help you. If you need anything else, give me a call. Thanks.